So what makes Captain Falcon really hype? In my opinion, all there is to it is...
Falcon punch!
There's way more than that. But in all seriousness, Captain Falcon has had a long, convoluted history, being in many games, racing games, fighting games, and there's many reasons why people like Captain Falcon.
love, for that matter.
Yeah, like Falcon Punch! In all seriousness, this is TMB Gaming.
I'm Kaz. I'm Jeremy.
Please make sure to like and subscribe. We're doing videos every week. We are doing different styles of videos like montages, this type of video, the boxing video where we don't jump ever.
Link in the description.
Yep. And without further ado, this is how Captain Falcon became so popular. The first we see of Captain Falcon is in the 1990 release of FZero on the NES. He races in the famous Blue Falcon in the FZero circuit. Before Captain Falcon was a racer, he was a bounty hunter. He'd Falcon punch those criminals straight in the next week. He made a good rep as a bounty hunter, so now the criminals want to see him fall, such as Black Shadow. He is wanted by the Galactic Space Foundation, an evil king that everyone is scared of. This is why he wears a suit and goes under the name Captain Falcon, so he can remain safe. In this game, he is only playable in the Blue Falcon, so you do not get to see his awesome crime fighting skills like in Smash. This is where most of the racing fans would become and start liking Captain Falcon.
Coming 8 years later to the N64, FZero X is the third released installment in the FZero series and the first released video game in the franchise to feature 3D graphics. Its gameplay experience is similar to that of the original FZero title. However, the title does introduce a death race mode and a random track generator called the X Cup. In the death race, the player's objective is to annihilate 29 other racers as speedily as possible, while the X Cup creates a different set of tracks each time played. FZero X blew gamers away with its insanely fast yet smooth gameplay, running at 60 FPS, having silky smooth controls, and a new and improved soundtrack. It was here when more and more fans began to gather to the FZero series, and more importantly, to the beloved bounty hunter Captain Falcon.
Smash 64, which came out on January 21st, 1999, would be the third series that Captain Falcon appears in. This was a weird transition for Falcon because since he drove a car, he really did not have a moveset to take from. Nintendo had to make it from scratch, creating a bunch of new moves, such as the Falcon Punch, his aerials, and etc. Some animations can match the F-Zero comics, such as his F-Smash and Raptor Boost, but that's really it. He is seen in the comics using a gun, but that is not seen in his Smash moveset for whatever reason. His most famous move, the Falcon Punch, starts up with him winding up a fire punch and turning it into a giant falcon when thrown out. This move is slow startup, which makes hitting it also rewarding. The Falcon Kick has him flying across the stage as he kicks. The beginning part of the move is the strong part, and the end part of the move is weaker. It is useful to catch people sleeping far away. Falcon Dive is used as recovery. He dives upward a good distance, slightly going horizontal. Okay recovery tool and can snatch people up in the air. Those moves made up for the game would be extremely adored and praised down the line, making him the fast combo master everyone loves. In Smash 64, he was the second best in the game, losing it by just 1% to Fox. There's nothing more satisfying than comboing his up air chain into up B or Falcon Punch. People enjoyed playing him and using his moves up until Ultimate. In competitive play, Super Boom Fan shined a huge light on Falcon, and he was revered the best 64 player and even the best player in the world in 2018. The next game is where he would really shine.
One of the fastest Smash 64 characters meets the fastest Smash game? What's not to love? The almighty Knee of Justice was added into Melee as Captain Falcon's forward air, and with all this, he started truly becoming the definition of hype. Falcon Punch in Melee was no longer a viable finisher, with its slow startup, and this is where the knee starts to replace Falcon Punch in gameplay overall, as it is faster and can take stocks at surprisingly low percents. But aside from his insane combo game like in 64, the change in DI system and knockback in Melee hurt Falcon, reducing many of his openings and forcing Falcon players to play more aggressively and rely on reads. And even with this, Falcon lacks out of shield options, exporting him to the notorious Falco and other characters with much faster options. The point here? Captain Falcon ended up as an underdog against the other cast, some outshining him, as Captain Falcon's flaws in Melee required him to lead an aggressive playstyle, when he seemed to suddenly turn the tide with a read and his opponent loses their last stock with a knee to the face, for example. It gave him a reputation to be speedy, flashy, and unpredictable. Melee players continued to optimize Falcon, using his movement and guaranteed options more than the flashy, hype ones. The Florida Falcon trio, Gravy, Gatsu, and Wizrobe, did this like none other, leaving them as the holy grail to all Falcon mains, and shining light to him just as Super Boom Fan did in 64. Overall, there was no right way to play Falcon in Melee, and his moveset could be used in whatever way the player chooses to succeed. And finally, the icing on the cake for all Melee Falcon fans is... This is probably the most iconic video in all of Smash history, with over 17 million views, and I do admit I've had a few good laughs to this video as well. But from the standpoint of a Captain Falcon main in Melee, there's no doubt that seeing this moment in Smash made Falcon look like the baddest ass there was. We can't forget the second best-selling game in the franchise, can we? Selling 1.5 million copies, FZero GX was released in 2003 for the GameCube. In this game, a very heavy emphasis is placed on track memorization and reflexes, which aids in completing the game. GX introduces a story mode element, where the player assumes the role of F-Zero pilot Captain Falcon through 9 chapters while completing various missions. F-Zero GX's story mode continues with Captain Falcon in training for the Grand Prix, followed by his racing rival Samurai Goro in a desert canyon, and being forced to enter the bet race under the disguise Famicom. After winning said bet race, Falcon notices Black Shadow attacking the lightning area on the news. The rest of the story continues with Falcon's ventures and fight against Black Shadow, the Chain Gang, and the infamous Deathborn, who reveals before a one-on-one race with Falcon that he wants to rule the universe. GX is ruled a fan favorite by many with the newly introduced story mode, retooled garage, emblem editor, and the F-Zero shop.
After Melee, the Falcon hype would still continue on, as now Falcon would get an epic final smash where he straights run you over at infinite speed in the blue Falcon and says, "Welcome!" teleporting you to the track. This final smash stays the same up until Ultimate. Falcon also gets put into some great subspace emissary cutscenes like the one where he Falcon punches Rob, saving Olimar. Then there's the one where Ridley hunts down the Falcon Flyer after escaping. Extremely cool to see. However, in terms of how good he was, most players would rank him from mid to low tier. This is definitely a downgrade from Melee, as he was top 10 in that game. He was slightly nerfed by the new tripping mechanic as he couldn't dash around all the time. Moving on to Smash 4, Captain Falcon also placed around mid tier, this time being a lot better, and more people ended up playing him like Fatality and many others. For most locals, Fatality came in first and dominated, even at some majors. Captain Falcon did find his place in a cinematic where both Robin and Lucina were introduced, confirming that he would be in the game again, as some players were worried about the roster and who would be included at the end of the day. Besides that, the hype stayed mostly the same.
30 years from the release of the original F-Zero, how is Falcon holding up? Well, Falcon is still played by many competitors such as Fatality, Mars, and a bunch of other people. In Smash Ultimate, he looks the best he's ever been, with his reworked animations and character alts, and Falcon Punch being extremely cool in slow-mo. He also got lots of buffs to try to fix many issues with the side B and make other moves better. He also appears in some top 8s at tournaments. One hype set he appears in is Mars vs MK Leo at CEO 2019, where MK Leo is rocking the new fresh Joker and rolling everything. Surprisingly, after Mars struggling with Zero Suit Samus, Falcon took a match from Leo's Joker.
The punish! Our Sid comes through at the best time!
What is he doing? He's winning so surreptitiously, Zero.
Oh, that's it!
Oh,
That is not it! Mars survived somehow! I don't know how!
What am I watching? Can you imagine him taking the match?
Oh!
Oh my God!
He still shows up in Smash Shorts for new characters. In the Min showcase, he was shown furiously slurping noodles. I can relate. Mr. Sakurai also mentions in the showcase that he hadn't been in a booth with Ryo Harikawa, the guy who voices Falcon, since 64. He said that he still gets fan requests asking him to do the Falcon Punch. To wrap up, Captain Falcon is timeless. For 30 years and counting, he gains more and more fans for the flashy, aggressive, unpredictable character he is. There's no doubt that he will be played in all of the Smash games and for many Smash games to come.
Thanks again for watching the video. As always, we're Team B Gaming. Make sure you like and subscribe. Do everything. Like and subscribe. Make sure you comment. Make sure you follow us on Instagram, Twitter, social media, Reddit, everything. We don't even have Reddit. And yeah, that was how Captain Falcon became so hype. We outie.
Peace out.
Falcon Punch!